For regular videos on ancient cultures and forgotten civilizations, please subscribe.
Every year, archaeologists make exciting new discoveries. And these discoveries, every single one of them, rewrite history in some way. And for those of you who aren't aware, there are so many finds being made all the time that I do a monthly live stream going over some of the more interesting artifacts found in a single month. But now it is time to look back at the whole year, and so I have picked out what I think are the 20 best discoveries in archaeology. Mind you, since I'm a historian of ancient times, I have chosen only the discoveries relating to ancient times, so nothing here from prehistory or medieval times. Still, there is much here to marvel at. I hope you enjoy hearing about these as much as I did, so here we go. Number 20, Bronze Age network of enclosures in Serbia. More than 100 previously unknown structures have been identified in Serbia using Google Earth and aircraft reconnaissance. 3,600-year-old walls and ditches, this is their Bronze Age, were found in the Pannonian Plain, an area that includes parts of Romania, Hungary, and Serbia. These sites were thought to be isolated during the Bronze Age, but this discovery, by archaeologists from the University College of Dublin, reveals that the sites may have been part of a network of settlements and ceremonial or seasonal gathering places or cattle pens stretching over 90 miles along the Tisa River. Number 19, ancient Chinese water conservation facility. Chinese researchers excavating the Chanchui Gate site in the ancient capital city of Luoyang have discovered over 80 meters of water channels dating back to the Wei and Jin dynasties, that's 220 to 420 CE. The channels display advanced water conservation techniques coupled with efficient resource utilization like rainwater collection. The discovery, including stone culverts running parallel and illustrating a unified construction plan, not only has contributed to our understanding of Luoyang's royal garden layout, but has shown technology we didn't know that they had at the time. Number 18, multiple new discoveries at Sakara. The tomb of Penesi, the steward of the Amun Temple during the early Ramesside period, 4 well-preserved tomb chapels, one belonging to a man named Yuyu, a gold foil maker for the pharaoh's treasury, and 2 complete embalming workshops for both humans and animals were discovered in the Sakara necropolis. The first embalming workshop dates to 380 to 343 BCE, the second to 305 to 30 BCE, and the tombs date to the Old and New Kingdoms of Egypt. Penesi's tomb resembles a freestanding temple with a gate entrance and is located next to that of Maya, a high-ranking official during the reign of Tutankhamun, which I visited last year. The walls of Penesi's tomb are adorned with colorful reliefs and depict Penesi, his wife Baya, priests, and offering bearers. Number 17, the world's oldest shipyard. Yes, the world's largest and oldest known ancient shipyard was discovered on Dana Island in Turkey's Mersin province by the Department of Cultural Heritage Preservation and Restoration at Akdeniz University. The shipyard was built during the Greek Dark Age, shortly after 1200 BCE, and it is possible that this island was the original home of the Denyen, one of the tribes of the Sea Peoples. Later it would have been taken by the Greeks. The shipyard began to be uncovered in 2015, but only now its full size has been determined. It includes 294 slipways, allowing for nearly 300 warships to be built simultaneously. The archaeologists say that this many slipways could have significantly influenced Mediterranean political, material, and commercial balances. The ships built at Dana Island played roles in various historic naval battles, including conflicts between Greeks and Persians. Number 16, 4,000-year-old temple in Peru. Archaeologists at UNSM in Peru discovered a 4,000-year-old U-shaped temple at the Miraflores archaeological site in western Peru, and the temple features a chacana carved into a frieze. This chacana, an ancient cross symbol used by the later Andean peoples, is the oldest complete representation found in the Andes and reinforces the long cultural and religious tradition related to this symbol in ancient Peruvian cultures from as early as 4,000 years ago up until the Inca period. Very interesting. Number 15, sunken Greco Egyptian temples. a joint Egyptian-French archaeological mission headed by Frank Gaudio and the Department of Underwater Archaeology of the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities in the submerged city of Thonis Heraklion near Alexandria discovered temples dedicated to the ancient Greek goddess Aphrodite and the Egyptian god Amun. Aphrodite's temple contained Greek bronze and ceramic artifacts, and Amun's contained silver ritual instruments, gold jewelry, and alabaster containers for perfumes. Both discoveries were sitting on top of wooden posts and beams that have been carbon dated to the 5th century BCE. These discoveries were made possible thanks to new geophysical prospecting technologies that allowed the teams to detect objects underneath multiple layers of clay. These finds help to reinforce the significance of Thonis Heraklion as Egypt's largest Mediterranean port prior to Alexandria's founding. Number 14, Zapote tunnels under Catholic Church. Have you heard of the Zapotecs? They were an ancient Mesoamerican culture. Mexican researchers using cutting-edge ground scanning technology have found beneath the San Pablo Apostol Church in Mitla, Oaxaca, a hidden underworld consisting of a chamber and tunnel system that was connected to the Zapotec cult of the dead. The Zapotecs, thriving near Oaxaca since the late 6th century BCE, built the complex system of chambers and tunnels. The church is on the spot of a once important Zapotec religious center, and the findings confirm historical accounts of rituals and ceremonies conducted in subterranean chambers associated with the dead. Number 13, Han Dynasty tombs in China. In 2 places in China this year, tombs from the Han Dynasty were discovered. On a local hill in Laozhuangxi in Henan Province, a cluster of 22 ancient tombs spanning nearly 1,600 years has been discovered. 2 of the tombs are from the Eastern Han Dynasty, 25 to 220 CE. The others are from the later Song, Ming, and Qing dynasties. Then, in the Wulong district near Chongqing, a collection of tombs dating from the Han Dynasty to the 6th Dynasty's period were found. The most significant of these tombs was one from the Western Han Dynasty, which they were able to date precisely to 193 BCE. Found in it were more than 600 precious artifacts, including lacquerware, woodware, bamboo-ware, pottery, and bronzeware. This is the largest quantity of lacquered wood and bamboo wares ever found in one place in the upper reaches of the Yangtze River. Further study of the tomb contents will no doubt shine more light on this period. Number 12, 5-story tall pyramids in the Yucatan. While working in the Yucatan Peninsula's jungle, archaeologists from Mexico's National Institute for Anthropology and History and the University of Houston discovered an entire ancient Maya city known as Ocumtun, or Stone Column. They found the site using airborne laser scanning. Containing 45-plus foot tall pyramid-like structures, this late classic Maya city was inhabited between 600 and 800 CE. Number 11, new fragments of the Fasti Ostienses. For those who don't know, the Fasti Ostienses are inscriptions that make up a list of Roman magistrates and significant events. They were originally engraved on marble slabs and exhibited publicly in Ostia, a port town near Rome, but in later times the marble was reused for other buildings, so pieces of them can be found all over the place. Well, new fragments of the Fasti Ostienses have been discovered at the Ostia Antica Archaeological Park in Italy by the Ostia Postscriptum Excavation Project. One of the newly recovered Fasti fragments fits together with another previously found fragment, which dates to 128 CE, during the reign of Emperor Hadrian, and which details events from that year, including Hadrian receiving the title Pater Patriae, father of his country, on January 10th, and his wife Sabina receiving the title of Augusta. Other important information is contained on these fragments as well. This is important because the Fasti are one of the most important sources for the chronology of the late Roman Republic and early Empire. So far, all the known fragments cover the period 49 BCE to 175 CE. Number 10, Shang Dynasty town in northern China. At the Jiago archaeological site in northern China, a complete Bronze Age town was discovered. The town dates back to the early Shang Dynasty. That's the second dynasty of China, over 3,000 years ago, and holds hundreds of artifacts like bronze drinking vessels, painted pottery, and jade ornaments. Covering over 1.2 square miles, the Greco Archaeological Site is one of the largest from the Shang Dynasty, and it provides insights into their cultural and social organization. Archaeologists also found 9 aristocratic tombs here, indicating that the site may have been the capital of a state later assimilated by the Shang Dynasty. Number 9, oldest known town gate in Israel. Near Kiryat at Tel Erani, a 5,500-year-old town gate made of huge stones and mud bricks was discovered. The gate dates to the Bronze 1B period and suggests that settlements in the area date to as early as 3500 BCE. The excavations site director described the gate as an indication of transition from scattered living to urbanized city life with fortified walls. The gate was likely a mandatory passageway for all entering the city, serving both as a defense and a symbol of the town's importance. The discovery surpasses the prior oldest known gate from Tel Arad, which dates to approximately 5,200 years old. Number 8, 2,500-year-old Tartessian stone busts. Spanish archaeologists have discovered 5 life-size stone busts depicting gods of the ancient Tartessos civilization, 5th century BCE, in a sealed pit in southern Spain near Guadiana Valley. The site is home to an adobe temple at Casas del Turunuelo and revealed 2 nearly complete figurative reliefs, likely representing female divinities adorned with gold earrings, and fragments of 3 others, one identified as a warrior wearing a helmet. This discovery has helped to change scholars' views of Tartessian culture, which was previously understood as aniconic, or only prescribing divinity via animal and plant motifs, not human figures. Number 7, 10,000 Jandu. In China's southwestern province of Yunnan, at the Hebosuo Archaeological Site, more than 10,000 bamboo and wooden slips, known as Jandu, were discovered. Jandu represents a form of book created before the invention of paper. The majority of the Jandu found at the site are administrative and contain names of counties and people within the Yizhou prefecture, established by Emperor Wu of the Han Dynasty, although some do contain analects from Confucius. Official seals from 20 of the 24 counties ruled by the ancient Dian Kingdom, a non-Han culture known for agriculture and advanced metalworking, which was annexed by Emperor Wu in 109 BCE, were also found at the site. This indicates a well-designed social administrative system and suggests that special political roles were set up by the Han government. The discovery is now viewed as evidence of this period of China as a unified country of multi-ethnic cultures. Number 6, 3,400-year-old pyramid in Kazakhstan. In the Karagata region of Kazakhstan, a pyramid from the Bagazi Dandibai culture from the last phase of the Andronovo period in the Late Bronze Age was discovered. The excavation was conducted by archaeologists from Karaganda University atop a hill overlooking the Taldi River in the Shet district of Karaganda, and revealed, via carbon-14 analysis, that the pyramid's construction dates to between the 14th and 12th century BCE. Within the pyramid's burial chamber were found decorated ceramic vessels, one with markings that could represent proto-writing, a bronze and gold-ringed arrowhead, and a skull. The people who lived here may be Proto-Scythians or ancestors of the Turks. Number 5, new chambers in the Pyramid of Sahura at Abu Sir. Egyptian and German archaeologists from the University of Würzburg have discovered 8 previously undocumented storage rooms inside the Pyramid of Sahura. Sahura was the second king of Egypt's 5th dynasty, reigning in the 25th century BCE. The interior of the pyramid was so damaged that in times past it was very difficult to explore it any further. But times have changed. The discovery was made during work on conservation and restoration, which involved a 3D survey of the pyramid's corridors and chambers. During this survey, the team found a passage leading to at least 8 damaged storerooms, with only traces of original walls and parts of the floor remaining. This discovery should help researchers learn more about the structure of pyramids at this time and their development. Number 4, Roman forts in Syria and Iraq. Yes, declassified Cold War-era U.S. spy satellite photos recently revealed hundreds of previously unknown Roman-era forts in Iraq and Syria. The discovery challenges the previous belief that these forts were primarily defensive structures. The images, which are from the Corona and Hexagon satellite programs, show that they appear to have instead been built to protect routes frequented by caravans and travelers. Now that we know where they are, it's just a matter of excavating. Number 3, hidden structures in the Amazon rainforest. LiDAR mapping has recently revealed structures in the rainforest, including geoglyphs, ponds, ditches, and wells that date back as far as 1,500 years ago. 900 earthworks and 24 ceremonial sites and fortified villages have been found so far, and these scans only covered 0.1% of the Amazon. Researchers estimate that there could be as many as 16,187 earthwork sites that remain to be discovered. The suggestion that the Amazon was an untouched forest is rapidly deteriorating. Number 2, we're almost there, folks. Assyrian administrative building with tablets. In a combined Italian and Iraqi effort, 2 cultural layers of Assyrian settlements have been discovered in Nineveh, Iraq. The first belongs to the Old Assyrian period. The mud brick administrative building spans the 20th to the 7th centuries BCE. Inside the building, 120 clay tablets with literary texts were found. These texts will help researchers understand even more about Assyrian culture, language, literature, administrative practices, and their way of life. I can't wait until they are published. The second layer belongs to the more modern period of Assyria and hints that there may be more to be discovered at the site. And finally, number 1. Near modern-day Tello in southern Iraq is the Sumerian site of Girsu, which was discovered in the 19th century. But the British Museum, under the guidance of the Iraqi State Board of Antiquities, is undertaking new excavations there. This year, several amazing new finds were announced. In 2022, through the use of remote sensing technology, a complex of structures was identified under Tablet Hill, as it's called, on the site, and some mud brick walls, believed to be part of a palace, were then uncovered. And more than 200 cuneiform tablets. More writings. I love it. This year, though, the main sanctuary of the great Sumerian god Ningirsu was discovered. The temple is known from Sumerian texts. It was called Eninu and was revered as one of the most important temples of Mesopotamia. Archaeologists have been wanting to find this temple for a very long time, and now they have. Also, a civilization-saving water channel was discovered. The ancient water channel, or water flume, was designed to combat droughts by transporting water to distant agricultural areas using the Venturi effect, and predates similar Western technologies by thousands of years. A palace, a temple, a water flume, and more is likely to come, so I'm excited about what's going on at Girsu. And there you have it, my top 20 picks for the best archaeological finds of 2023. If you think I missed anything, let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to check out my monthly live stream to keep up on the latest in archaeology news.
You might like my little e-booklet, Why Ancient History Matters. It's designed to persuade people that the subject is important, even in the modern world. You might also wish to use it to help spread the word. So feel free to share it with someone you know. It's free for anyone who wants it. I've left a link in the description box below the video for you to grab a copy. Catch you later.